So what we were discussing is, yes, I am here to discuss about quick table calculations. In today's class, let's focus on quick table calculations, guys. Okay, and this is like a, these are all like default options within a Tableau. Okay, what is that? Like a default options within a Tableau. So let's discuss this one by one, how we can implement them, okay, respective to our Tableau reporting requirements. Okay, so here we go, guys. Okay, now look at this. Firstly, this table level, quick table level, okay, calculations are recommended to apply on measure objects. Okay, guys, it is recommended to applicable. It is recommended to applicable on measure elements. Okay, on measurable elements, guys. It is recommended to applicable on measurable elements. Okay, and here we go. Let me show you how this functionality will work. Okay, look at this, guys. Let's say I have some measure. Now if you select this particular measure, go to right click, there you see what? Quick table level calculations. Okay, quick table level calculations. Okay, so firstly, let's talk about the first one is running total. Okay, what is that? The first one is running total. Okay, now what is this running total? I think you might have gone through during our academics, guys, like mathematics or whatever it is. Okay, right, now let's say I have a subcategory example. Okay, now let me add one more measure also, the same measure. Okay, now as I said, see, for this second measure object, I'm trying to apply, okay, I'm trying to apply, what is this? Running total. Okay, what is that? Running total. Now look at this, guys. What happened? If you look at here, see the first value, that is accessories. How much is the value? 12716, isn't it? So look at this. For accessories, what is the value? 6 plus next value is what? Appliances plus 10 130. How much? 22846. Look at this, 22846. Okay, plus 1429. What is the value? 24275. Look at this. So which is what is happening here? The running sum of sales, just like accumulation is happening across the measure of the sale over here. Okay, and this is the final value. Likewise, you can identify this running totals. Okay, where we used to call it as running totals. Okay, now you can ask me a question. Can we edit this? Yes, absolutely. Why do I need to do only a sum? Can't we do an average? Yes, average. Look at this. In between these two values, what is the average? 11 1 2 3. But the first value remains same. Okay, but second value onwards, the average value. These are all the average in between the current one and the previous one. Okay, current value and to the previous value. Likewise, you can have a this kind of averages also. Likewise, and then minimum. Look at this, minimum value. So what is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? Likewise, similarly, you can also identify, okay, right, maximum value. Likewise, right, guys? So this is what, look at, you are able to see the difference, right? So in this way you can perform with the, what is that? Running total. You can also call it as running sum. Likewise, you can perform not only running total, you can perform running average, okay, running max values, okay, running minimum values. These can be performed. Okay, guys. And if I want to delete this, very simple, quite simple. Okay, clear table level calculations. That's it. Okay. So in this way, we can perform, okay, running total. But within that, you have a sub segments. I can say like sub segments in the sense, what I mean to say is like you have some calculations within this itself. Okay. So this is what, guys. Okay. So this is what running total, running average, running maximum and minimum values can be applicable in this way. Right, guys? So that is one thing. And the second thing is, okay, now same again. Okay, now the calculations has this. Now what am I trying to do? Quick table level calculations in terms of difference. What is this? Difference. It will show you the difference. Okay, basically current value minus last value. Okay, current value minus last value. That is the scenario most of the times. Okay, that is the difference. Now look at this, guys. What am I trying to do here? When I try to include a quick table level calculation, look at this difference. First value and to the second value, what is the difference? Okay, likewise, it will show you these values. Why it is not showing accessories? Because accessories is the first value. That is the reason. Okay, now look at this, guys. You can do one more thing. You do also having a flexibility. See, display the values of difference from current to previous, right? Current values to previous value. But I don't want a previous value. I would like to have a next value. Next value in the sense, the current to the next value. It will keep on appending to the next value, not to the immediate previous value. Okay. Now look at this. Whenever I apply next value, the difference of current value to the next value, what will happen? Now look at this. See, at this moment, the accessories was blank. Okay. Now look at this. When I apply this, see, the accessories is having a value, but the last value, the tables is having a blank, because next to that you don't have a value. That is the reason. Likewise, and first value. Now look at this. First value in the sense, see, it will have a consideration starting from the current value to the first value. Okay, first value, and again current value to the last value. Again, you can play around with this, guys. Not only that, you can do one thing. Let's say I would like to apply this calculation based upon some chairs. This should be a first value. Then how? Simple. Go to sorting. Okay, look at this. Where is that sorting? You have the sorting, right? Now go to manually. So now what is the value that should have a first value? Now go to up. Look at this. Now this is the first value. Fine. Now look at this chairs. Now you can do what you can do. Now you can do this difference value to the previous. First value is what? First value is what? Chairs to the previous. Now look at this. So in this way, right, we can perform this kind of a differentiation of the respective to the different values. So that can be achievable via, okay, via this differences. So it shouldn't be the case always should be the first value and to the last value. No, you can keep on change these elements. Okay, from, okay, you can keep on change this from previous value, next value, first value, and last value. Likewise, you can play around with this as well. Okay, guys. Now, the another one that I'm going to introduce is, now let me clear these calculations. Guys, here you cannot write down any customized formulas because these are all inbuilt one. You can't do any sort of a customization more of it. Okay. Yeah. Guys, does anyone trying to speak? Radhika, are you trying to speak? I'm not able to hear you. Radhika. Yeah, you can ping me, Radhika, because your voice is cracking. I don't know, like, it's breaking. Okay, you can ping me the message. Okay. Right, guys. The another one that I'm going to brief is, look at this. Again, same stuff. Okay. We have percent different. Okay. Percentage wise difference. Percent difference. It is quite simple, guys. It will let you know the percentage differences between the various elements. Now look at this. Okay. We can undo one more thing. We can do add one more measure. It's fine. Issue. Okay. Look at this. I mean, basically, if you consider, right, based upon the values which are available, okay, so these percentages will be calculated accordingly. Percent values. Look at this. How much, based upon the availability of your source data, these percentages has been calculated in this way. Okay, that is one thing. And these percentages also, you know what? These percentages also, you can make it happen with the next value unto the current value, something like this. That is also possible, guys. Okay, percentages. Okay. See, it will consider for the first value. Okay, display the value as a percentage of difference from first, like that. Okay, you can also define it as individual cell wise also. That is also possible. But most of the time, we'll be going it with a table. I mean to say, whole table is going to be applicable. Likewise, see, likewise. Look at the percentage differences between first value and to the last value. Likewise, that is also possible. Okay, that is what we used to call it as percent difference. Okay, and the another one that I'm going to focus is percentage of total. Okay, the percentage of total. Basically, if you observe here, look at this. What is the calculation that I have applied? I mean, quick table level calculation is a percentage of total. Okay, so basically, if you observe this, everything should be considered as a part of 100 percentage. Within that 100 percentage, each and every subcategory is how much of portions has been classified. So this is the portion. Okay, so what is the highest percentage we have? We have phones is the highest percentage. Okay, likewise. So this will be taken care accordingly. And look at this. You can also, again here, you cannot deal with the next value and to the current value. That is not possible. Okay, here you can apply to the percentage respective to the 100 percentage. Within the 100 percentage portion, these different list of values, okay, has been, or labels, whatever you call it as, okay, has been classified in this way. If you club this percentage, right, 7, 5 and 0.79, 553, everything will be together as a 100 percentage. This is what percentage of totals. Okay, it doesn't mean that we will be using only one value here. You can also use multiple values. Okay, guys. So again, for the discount also, you can use percentage of the totals. Likewise, see, percentage of total. Okay, if you mix together, everything will be treated as 100 percentage. You will have it. That is what. Okay, so this is percentage of the true sales, and this is percentage of the total discount. Likewise, you can represent in this way also, guys. Okay, this is what percentage of total. Okay, yes. The next important one that I'm going to discuss is rank. Okay, ranking functionality. It is also an inbuilt one. You don't need to perform any additional activities here. Okay. Sorry, Radhika, I'm not able to hear you. Your voice is breaking, Radhika. Can you please ping me the message? Guys, the rest of guys are able to hear me, right? Prasad sir, are you able to hear me, right? Giri?
Yes, I'm able to hear you, Ganesh.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, Ganesh, I can hear you.
Okay, seems Radhika is having some issues. I don't know, like, okay. Yeah, Radhika, you can ping me in chat, okay, so that I can respond to you back quickly. Okay, yeah. Now look at this, guys. So what am I going to discuss is ranking functionality. Okay, what is that? Rank. Now look at this, guys. So you have basically a dimension and a measure, a simple dimension, simple measure. Now look at this. Okay, what am I trying to do? Ranking. See, based upon the nature of a data and nature of elements, the ranking has been classified here. Okay, now do you want to apply any sorting? See, look at this. Sort, either ascending or descending, whatever it is. Now look at this. See, first rank, second rank, bottom. Okay, likewise, see, ascending order or descending order, whatever it is. We can have this kind of a representation. Okay, now on top of it, if you need anything like, you can do in this way also. See, like this. Okay, you can do that. Okay, right, guys, that is one thing that you can perform. If not, see, this is what we already gone through, all these, see, different color, plenty of stuff that you can perform it also. Depends, need basis. Okay, fine. Now, okay, now within this rank, right, if you observe keenly, you have different functionalities. Okay, now look at this. You know what, guys? In a ranking level, we have a different portions like competition and modified competition. What is that? You might have gone through, guys, during the, okay, modified competition, and then dense rank. Okay, look at this: competition, modified competition, dense rank, and then unique rank. Okay, this is about your mathematics, guys, nothing much. Okay, purely about your mathematics. Okay, for example, look at this. See, what is the calculation type? Ranking. Okay, now look at this. So you can apply a sorting order, that is fine. Now look at this competition. When we will use this competition, guys, let's say I have 20 students in my class. Let's say I have 20 students, but out of those 22 students, 2 students got a similar marks, same rank. Then how I can classify? Okay, then look at this: 1, 2, 2, 4. I mean to say the second rank I'm going to split into for 2 persons, but the third rank I'm going to dismiss it because I'm going to keep it as number 4, because in this case number 3 is being eliminated because rank 2 has been split for 2 persons. That is the reason. Okay, in case if I have 3 portions, now look at this: 1, 2, 2, number 5, 4 won't come in picture because 2, 3, 4 ranking has been allocated into number 2 ranks because they have got equal marks. Likewise, that is what competition. Now, modified competition. Modified competition in the sense, here you are going to split the ranking, okay, ranking activity based upon the nature of the data again. See, in this case 1, 3, 3, 4, which means what is happening here? I'm going to split the rank, I'm going to miss the rank 2 because the rank 2 I'm going to split it as a 3, 3, number 3 persons. Likewise, so that is the reason 2 is not being pictured here. But dense, you know, right? Dense in the sense, see, look at the difference between a competition and a dense rank. Competition, you are skipping the number 3 value, but here it is not like that. In a dense rank, you are going to split the number 2 rank for 2 members. That is fine, but number 3 also will be available here. But in case if you look at here unique, okay, unique in the sense you will have a unique records. I mean to say individual one, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, such kind of stuff. Okay, so let me show you with a better, I can say, let me show you in this way. Let me take a help of a tableau. So what is that? Quick table calculations, right? Yeah, the rank calculation. Look at this. Okay, guys. If you want, you can go through this example. Anyhow, we are going through this example, right? That is fine. Okay. Now look at this. What is that? Competition. And what is another one? Modified competition. And what is that? Dense rank. Okay. And another one is unique. Okay. If you observe clearly, what is happening here? 1, 2, 2, 2, 5, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5 is missing. In case of that, this rank 2 is replacing those 2, 3, 4 values, and the 5 is coming in picture. Okay. Right. Look at this. Duplicate values are all given in the same rank. Duplicate values in the sense, say here, same marks I can say, which is next number in the ranking sequence. See, which is next number in the ranking sequence. So what is the next number ranking is 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, which is being occupied by the, which is being replaced by the 2, 3, 4, something like that. Okay. See, the next value after the duplicate values is computed by adding 1 to the number of values already computed. See, to this existing values, already I'm computing one more value. That is the reason the 5 is coming in picture. Okay, guys. Now, if you want, you can look at this example also. Probably we can try with this. But we don't have a region here, right? Okay, let me try with this example. So we have what, let's say, I don't have an exact data. I can say like I have order date. Okay, fine. I have category in the sense, let me treat it as, okay, I have a category. Okay, and region. Yep, I do have a region value here. Okay, fine. So sales, I'm keeping it as this one in this way. Fine. Now look at this, guys. So what am I trying to do here? This is what you have order date here, right? So regions. Now look at this. On top of this, whenever I apply, look at this. What is this? Quick table calculation as ranking. Look at this. See, as per the year wise it has been changed, isn't it? As per the region wise it has been changed here. So that is what ranking. But look at this. In this region, in this year, look at this. 3 has been classified, right? Look at this, guys. So this classification. Now, when I apply, this is what competition I have at this moment. Okay. Now, when I apply modified competition, look at the results change. Is it not changing it? Okay, that's fine. Of course, we should have a proper data also. That is also more important. Let's see, unique. Okay, we'll do with this example then. Okay, these values we have already gone through. Okay, we better to go ahead with this, guys. So I hope we can go ahead with this. Okay. Now, if you look at here, what is happening here? Modified competition. Look at this. 2, 3, 4 is missing. Okay, 2, 3, 4. But this rank 4 has been classified easily because duplicate values are all given same rank. This is common even with both competition as well as modified competition. But here, what is happening here? Adding to the number to the values which are already been computed. But here, what am I trying to do? You know, adding the number of values before the duplicate values to the number of duplicates before. Okay, before. So look at this, which is computed by adding the number of values before the duplicate values, guys, to the number of duplicates. So the next value after the duplicate values is computed by the to the number 1, to the values which are already been computed. Okay, but here it is following a sequence, but here it is following the before the duplicate values, the ranking has been applied. Look at this. Okay, in this portion. Now how about dense rank? So this dense rank is basically, it won't miss any sequence. Like where, see over here the number 2 rank has been classified for 3 members, but still number 3 is again available. So which means the rank 2 has been classified for 3 different persons, but number 3 is still again. But in the cases over here, right, these values has not been given here. Okay, but now look at this. Duplicate values are all given the same rank. Fine. Which is next number in the ranking sequence? Yes, which is next number in the ranking sequence. Look at this, guys. Is computed though the duplicate values were a single value. But in the previous scenarios, what was happening? In the previous scenarios, to the existing sequence, the specific adding 1 is going to happen. But here it is not the case. Though you have a duplicate values which has given a same ranking, okay, to the next number the sequence is going to be added, okay, which is been already completed. So this values is already been computed and the allocation of rank is being completed. So that is the reason it is giving a next value. Okay, now unique in the sense where you don't have a duplicative stuff. See, look at this. Duplicative values are given unique rankings. So unique values has been provided. Okay. So according to the direction in which the ranking is being computed. Direction in the sense where you can apply, I can say like sorting. I can say customized sorting or what is that? Ascending or descending sorting, whatever it is. So we can go ahead with this. So this is what ranking stuff. But most of the case, you can tell me that how you are going to define the stuff, which is purely nature of the data, because sometimes you might not have a unique values, unique ranking, and if you don't want to define it as well, then we'll be going ahead with the either a dense or computation or modified computation. Either ways we can go ahead. Okay, most of the cases, as per my experience, I have gone through like, okay, dense ranking as well as the computation. These two are the most frequently usable ranking functionality as per my experience. I can say in my 3.5 years of this Tableau experience, this is what I have gone through. Okay, but there are some few projects that they are using the unique ranking also. Okay, where especially in terms of like the stock market details and all. So mostly this will be useful in terms of unique one. Okay, guys. So that is about unique ranking. Right. Now, the another one is moving average. Okay, moving average is nothing but just like your running total. Okay, but instead of running totals, here we will have running averages. That's it. I can show you in this way. Okay. Moving average. So look at this, moving averages. Okay, in between the current value and to the next value, what is the moving average? You will come to know. Look at this. Okay, and in between these appliances and art, what is the average value? You can see. Likewise. Okay, this is similar to your running totals, but here we are talking about moving averages. Okay, where it considers only the averages. Okay, only the average values. Fine. On here also, okay, look at this. If you want, see, average again. Okay, you can use this. If you don't want to show if there are any not enough null values, you can show that as well. Okay, likewise, you can ignore them. See, null values. See, first two values is being declared because the starting value and to the next value is nothing here. So that is the reason. Likewise, it's purely self-explanatory, guys. It doesn't require, I mean to say, it doesn't accept any kind of additional calculations. I mean to say, these are all inbuilt one. Okay, but additional calculations in the sense, if you want, you can use You can create a parameters, you can create calculation fields. That is different aspect, but this is an inbuilt aspects in our in the area of like traditional tools, right? To define a dense rank, it is a bit difficult, but over here it is quite simple. So that is the user friendly nature you have with this. Okay, that is one thing. Yeah, and what is the another one we have? Moving average. Anyhow, we have gone through, right? Okay. We have year over year, plenty of stuff again. Okay. Okay, so here instead of what I can say is, instead of this I'll be taking order date. Okay, now look at this, guys. You have what? Some order date functionality here. Now look at this, some graph, okay, with order date, and you have, so of course, if you want, you can expand this. That is fine. Quarter wise and month wise, you can expand. That is purely need basis. See, day wise, that you can expand, not an issue. But here, okay, now look at this. See, compound growth rate. Look at this. What is the growth rate? Okay, respective to the year-wise combination, respective to your quarters. Look at this compound growth rate. How it is being classified respective to year. Look at this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Look at the compound growth rate. You can see in this way. Okay. This is the rate. See, it has been increases in quarter one, and quarter two it is somewhere around in mid. It is gone to peak, but in quarter four it is very less again. Right. So this is the fluctuations that you can see. This is what compound growth rate we used to call it as. Now, if I remove this one, it will show you only respective to the year wise, no quarters at all here. See, only year wise. Look at this. Okay, in 2013 it is been drastically down. In 2011 it is increased like anything. Okay, likewise. It started up at 29, but in 2012 it has been turned into 39. So this is what, okay, compound growth rate. That is one thing. And year over year growth. See, year over year, how is the growth rate is happening? See, likewise. But why it is not considering the first value? Because, okay, I'm seeing the previous value. Look at this. So what is the display value percentage from a specific values? Likewise. Okay, depends upon these elements. Again, quarter of order to date, month of order to date, right? Because we have quarter level, year level, month level kind of a stuff. So that is the reason. Okay. Now, if you go to next, right? See, you have this, but for quarter four, you don't have any value. In this way, it will differ. Okay, guys. So these are all right inbuilt functionalities in terms of your calculations like rankings, running totals, running averages. Okay, plenty of stuff. Year over growth rate, something like this. Okay, and yeah, what else we have? Let me remove this quarter. Yeah, YTD total and YTD growth. I think YTD total we have already gone through, right? Like I have shown you, right? Where we can show it as exact date and you can keep it as a discrete, something like that. So in these cases, we'll be using this. Okay, this is what. Right, guys, especially these table calculations, right? Every one of you need to have a practice. Okay, because here no customizations are allowed, especially whenever you are using this kind of a calculations, no customizations are allowed. So what you need to do is try to have a practice. You can see the difference. Okay, you'll come to know the differences. Right, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Thank you.